Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you Warner Brothers DVD disc rot. Now, this is a story that seems to pop up every now and again over the past, I want to say, 3 to 4 years. This story pops off, and it is worrisome for physical media collectors. It is worrisome, but I do want to give a shout out to Ken Ace Brewer and Video Tasties for pointing me into the direction of this article from Joe Blow. I'm going to pop up here in a minute. Might as well just bring it up right now. It says hundreds of your Warner Brothers DVDs probably don't work anymore. That is true. That is true. Sadly, I will put a link down below because this story actually, the best information you can get from it, better than I could possibly get for you, better than Joe Blow is going to get for you, comes from the Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader. He did a great video on this, very thorough. He's much more smarter on these things than I am. So I will put a link to that down below. And, but I will go over this for some of you who don't know, because it is important when this story does pop up every now and then. It is important to inform those people out there who are confused and don't know what this means and what this is all about. So what this basically says here, says from Joe Blow, this article says, I'm a huge fan of old movies. Now, when I say old, I don't mean movies from 10, 20, or even 30 or 40 years ago. I love movies from the golden age of Hollywood, specifically the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And I love this period. And given how hard it is to find many of these movies on streaming, I made an effort to buy as many of these movies on physical media as possible. And then he continues on talking about how he put in some of the Errol Flynn and Humphrey Bogart movies and they don't work. And it turns out that virtually every Warner Brothers DVD disc manufactured between 2006 and 2008 has succumbed to the dreaded laser rot, because back in the day when Laserdisc came out, which Laserdisc had a huge problem with disc rot, it would fall apart on them. He says where disc was simply stopped working due to rotting of the layers. Now, that's pretty much where I'm going to. Also, yes. So what can be done about this? Nothing, as stated by Retroblast Video and Damn Idealistic Fool Crusader. Great videos from Retroblast and Damn Idealistic Fool Crusader. Like I said, I'll put his video link in the description down below, and I will also put a link in the description down below to the Google Docs of the Warner Brothers DVDs that are affected. Now, it's not every single Warner Brothers DVD that has from 2006 to 2008 has been affected. Not every one of them. What it is, and this is why it's a bit of a Russian roulette type thing, is there was a certain factory in Pennsylvania who manufactured these discs, and they used the way they glued them and pressed them, and the glue they used was inferior, and it is causing the disc rot on these DVDs. That is the problem. It's not every single, like, you could get some of these older movies from Errol Flynn's, because like a lot of the older movies have been affected, and some of these movies have been released on Blu-ray now, which I would highly recommend. If you can get the Blu-ray to upgrade to Blu-ray, I would upgrade these DVDs to Blu-rays for the ones to have. But in some cases, some of these movies have never ever made it to streaming, as they mentioned in that article, and have never ever been made onto Blu-ray. And if you were a fan of these golden age Hollywood movies and Errol Flynn's and Humphrey Bogart movies and stuff like that, it's very worrisome. And this is why I talk about the preservation of physical media on here, because I would like everybody who loves these type of movies and these are their favorites to be able to have these movies on physical copy, because it's always smart to have them on physical copy. But there was a time in the early days of DVD when it was a new format and everything. Usually, like we mentioned with Laserdisc, which I had never had Laserdisc, so I never experienced the Laserdisc rot. And to be honest with you, I have never ever experienced disc rot of any form until I heard about this. Now, I haven't gone through all my Warner Brothers stuff because, some of this Warner Brothers DVDs I have may be affected by the disc rot from this manufacturing plant in Pennsylvania. I want to make that clear, because it's not every single DVD produced from Warner Brothers from 2006 to 2008, 9, whatever, because some of those are still really, really good. Not every one of it. It's just like a certain factory that produced a bulk, but it is a bulk number. So that can seem like every Blu-ray, right? Or DVD, I should say. And this is worrisome for people, and that's why when this story makes its round, I feel like I need to talk about it and share what I can about it, and point them in the directions of that video from Dim Ideal Full Crusader. Ideal is a Crusader. He's got a name, man. Let me tell you. But yes, so there's a way to tell, like with the DVD and everything, if it comes from that factory. But the best way to do is go through the list Like I said, I'll have a link down below where you can go to the list of all the movies that are affected, and you can test them. I need to go through and continue to test mine. I've been lucky so far in most of my DVDs that I have. Haven't been affected, but it doesn't mean they all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of my Superman the animated series DVDs is been affected and won't play. So luckily though, in that case with the Superman animated series from Bruce Timm and all them, I can get the Blu-ray of that, and then it's all the series, all the special features and everything. But like I was just talking about a minute ago, is like some of these there's like in Retro Blast, Michael from Retro Blasting points out, there's nothing you can do about them. Like the old, some of the really older box sets of like classic Golden Age Hollywood, there's nothing you can do about them because they're gone. Those discs rotted because of that inferior glue and inferior processing of the disc and making it. It's not so much the format, it was just the way it was produced, the format was produced, because with like Blu-rays and 4Ks in today's day and age, you don't really need to worry about disc rot because it's really not going to happen. And I don't care what some people say. I've had comments before where, oh, only Blu-rays last. No, they don't. I have like 20, 30-year-old Blu-rays that are just fine. Just fine. It's DVD, the DVD format, which is what most people still buy to this day, is the format that is the worrisome, especially the early DVDs of Warner Brothers. That's the thing. I want to get it out. It's the early DVDs when DVD was a new format, and this Pennsylvania factory that cause this to happen. But once again, please check out the list. Get into the description down below, the link I will have, and you can go through that list, check out your DVDs, and if you can upgrade to Blu-ray, I highly recommend you upgrade to Blu-ray. I honestly, I wish there was a way that we could reach Warner Brothers and figure this out, because in some cases, there's nothing you can do about them. Absolutely nothing you can do about them. The DVDs are just shot. There's no way to fix them. They haven't been released on Blu-ray. They're out of print. You can't get the other DVDs to check them to see from the other factories because they're out of print. They're hard to find. They're hard to come by. So it is something that is worrisome for a physical media collector. It is a worrisome time, and it's something that as a physical media lover, physical media collector, even though this has been brought up multiple times through the years, anytime I can get a chance to remake a video like this and point people in that direction of those right videos and alert them about this DVD disc rot problem, I will do that. Once again, though, I will say I have never experienced disc rot because I never had Laserdisc. And finding out about this Warner Brothers a few years back myself is the first time I've ever noticed anything with any disc rot from any DVDs. And like I said, I still have to go through all mine. I think my Superman animated series, like the third season, I want to say, or the volume 3, however they did it, I think there's a disc on that was messed up that I need to figure out on that. But once again, I can get the Blu-ray on that. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Make sure you check your DVDs. Let me know if you've experienced any disc rot yourself, and leave all those comments in the comment section down below. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing, hitting that bell for notification. That'd be awesome if you're on your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see so everybody can know and be updated and everything as well. Or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media, because it still truly is the superior format, now more than ever. Godspeed.